Hey, my friends! Welcome to my page, DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Thursday! I just got back from dropping John off for his fishing trip. So I was so lucky. The traffic was a breeze. Now, if we had left like a half an hour later, it probably would have been a little crazy getting there. Traffic is going in that direction towards the city in the mornings and then away from it at night. But yeah, we left about half an hour early, so I was able to get home and do this project with you. Let's make some mouse pads. I sell probably like maybe 5 or 6 mouse pads at each craft show. I want to do some of the Halloween ones. There's 2 that actually fit on there really nicely. So the Happy Halloween with the doghouse, it fits on it horizontal, and then a Spooky Crew fits on it vertically. So we're going to use black and we're going to use orange. So that's it. Only those 2 ink colors, and then we'll heat set it. We're going to make 2 of each because they're actually so quick to make. I remember when I made some of the very first mouse pads with the very first Peanuts collection transfers, I did like 5 or 6 in a row without having to wash my transfer because the ink just goes through so nicely and it doesn't dry on there. So anyways, go ahead and say hello. If you guys have not liked my page, I would love if you would do that. I'm very close to getting to my 10,000. And at some point, I do want to do the broadcast channel. And I was doing some research. I'm pretty sure that you have to be at 10,000. I don't know. It's kind of controversial. Sometimes people get the button early if their page is really, really active, but mine's not there yet. So I think my magical number is 10,000, and I think I'm at 9,963. I'm close, guys. I'm really close. So if you have not followed this page, please do so. And please sprinkle this video so we can get it out there to more people. Let me go ahead and get to comments. I'm glad I can be here, even if it is a little bit late. This project actually is pretty quick. So let me go ahead and put you down to the project, put myself up in the corner, and this is what we're making. So I have the mouse pads. I'll give you the link for that too. So they're fairly inexpensive. I don't remember what I'm selling my mouse pads for. I think I'm selling them for $9.95. And they're $1 for me to purchase the mouse pad. And then I have my labor, of course, my ink. But yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad for a few minutes of work, right? Okay, let me get to the page. Let me get this shared over to VIP group. And like I said, if you don't mind sprinkling the video to get it out there to more people, that would be amazing. And let me get my volume turned down because I'm going to go to that. I'm going to share it over and just go ahead and say hello. I did get all the invoices out. I have about 50% of the people have already paid for their invoices from the sale. There's a few questions on things. I do have to look up one thing. Sometimes I make a mistake. So I'm always happy to check things if you think you got something and it's not on there. A lot of times it's because other people claimed it first, but there was somebody that had something on there that they said they didn't claim. So I just have to go back and take a look. I might have typed in the wrong name. Maybe your name is close to somebody else's. All right, let's do these. How is everybody? I'm going to say hello to everybody. Hey, Betty, how are you? I did see your question. I'll get back with you on that. Sorry. We were driving. I was driving John. Actually, he was driving. I was answering questions. And then I got in and I drove home. But we got him taken down to the harbor so that he can go out on his little fishing trip and catch some fish. He needs to do things like that. It's good for his soul. Okay. Hi, Pam. How are you? Good morning, Carrie. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Karen Ross. Good morning, Nikki over on YouTube. Hi, Lori. Hi, Cheryl. Good morning, Vicki. I know. Yeah. You're just catching up on my videos. I'm glad you caught me, Nikki. Hi, Donna. Hi, Lynn. Good morning, Barb. So thank you to all the people that have paid their invoices so quickly. Some people paid like right away, but I didn't finish until it was midnight and then I went to bed. So then I woke up to a lot of people had paid. So thank you. Thank you for paying. I appreciate that. I will be packing orders this weekend. I think I'm going to wait to start until Saturday morning. I have a lot of other things that I need to get done. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure that that I can't do this. You know what? Should I do it this way? It's debatable. Your mouse pad can go either direction. So let me ask you a question. So I would have space, lots of space on the sides with the Happy Halloween doing it this way. It would just cut off a few of the pumpkins at the bottom, but I think that's okay. Would you, you know what? Let's actually lay it on there so that you can see. Okay, so it would be like this, and stop. Don't turn off. My heat press wants to turn off. Okay, so it would cut off just barely on the bottom. A few of the pumpkins. Okay, so this is our choice, like this. Okay, and then this is nicely centered. Our words are nicely centered there. Or should I do it like this? And it actually does fit. I couldn't tell with the background. I think I'm going to do it like this, because guess what? Then I can get all of the pumpkins on. So I'm going to do the Happy Halloween. I'm going to do that with my orange. Okay. It's orange. It's ink. So we're using ink, guys. If you haven't used ink before, it's super easy to use. These are really, really easy to do. And they don't take long. You can iron with your iron. You can have a little travel iron. Okay, I'm trying to make sure it's all stuck down. Hi, Carol. How are you? Betty, you didn't even look at what you got. You got a lot. Well, the way that it formats it doesn't format it out nicely on the invoice when you're looking at it on the screen. But when you get your printout, when I send everything, you'll be able to look through it line by line. Okay, so perfect. This one fits too. Okay, so the word spooky, I'm going to do in orange. Everything else I'll do in black. Okay, I think I'll need a multi-tool for that. All right, so we're going to do 2 of each because they are just so easy to do. Hi, Denise. Hi, Darlene. Hey, Carol. How are you? Hi, Charlotte. Okay, so yes, we can do mouse pads. These mouse pads. Let me give you that link right now because I might forget. So mouse pads are super easy to do. You can use any of your patterns that you have. You could do everyday ones. These are just kind of fun. I have people that collect the Peanuts stuff, so they'll probably want these for Halloween. Let me find these for you guys. I just ordered them recently because I couldn't find my other one. I have some here. I have a whole bunch somewhere. I don't know where I put them. So now I have twice as many. I'll probably find them when I'm packing orders. I probably put them in a really safe place. Yeah, you know those safe places. Everybody has them. I'm searching through. It's going to be recently. Now I'm not finding it. Okay, let me just search by. Let me search by mouse pad. Okay. All right. So here they are. Okay. I am going to get you guys the link. Okay, I want to do that first so that share this item. Okay, let me get to it. So these, the dimensions are in centimeters. Oh, here's the dimensions: 9.5 inches by 7.9. Oh, 9.5 inches by 9. Okay, I'm trying to read that. 9.5 by 7.9 inches. That's what it is. That's the size of this. Okay. Yeah. I'm giving you the link. Some of you have already bought these. But anyways, let's do these. Okay. So we're going to do our orange peel first to get that done. And we're going to heat set these. Okay. If you haven't done ink before, you do need to heat set your ink. Some people will say you can just let it sit and dry. I don't do that. I always heat set mine. Just letting it dry. I feel like that's okay, but it takes a long time for it just to dry. It really does. So we'll dry this with our, I could just, you know what? I probably could easily use for this part the squeegee. Yeah, probably. We're going to do 2 of these in a row. So we probably should scooch this over. We're going to do 2 of each. So we probably should pull this off and then put it right onto another one. All right, so happy Halloween. Should I do the little stars in orange? I could do that. That'd be kind of cute. There are some stars on here. I'm not going to get out yellow. So let's just do our stars in orange. Why not? Why not? Okay. And then everything else is just going to be in black. Okay. So you don't have to worry about this drying on here. You don't have to hurry because guess what? It's not going to dry fast. And I probably need a smaller squeegee than that. Probably easier to work with a small squeegee. Okay. So look how cute this is, though. It's going to be really fun. Now I'm going to need one. I really should make one for my daughter-in-law. Yeah. Because she has the dog Snoopy. He still looks like Snoopy. I'm gonna need to get a recent picture of him. He's getting bigger. His head sometimes when she hasn't trimmed his hair for a while, his head looks huge, like a huge Snoopy head. He's so funny. He's such a funny little boy. With short little legs. Out of all the dogs, he has the shortest little legs. It's like he got cheated in the leg category. Okay, I'm going to peel this up slowly. Make sure I got everything. Looks good. Looks good. I love that orange. Okay, so there is like a little tiny area right here. I just went back over that. Okay. Okay, I missed part of his head. See, I was trying to be really careful right there because I didn't want to go onto the star. So just peel it up slowly. You can lay it back down if you need to. Looks good, guys. Looks good, looks good. Let's see the bottom. Okay, I can see an area I need to go back over. Let me just go over the whole bottom area one more time. And then we're going to lay this right back down onto another one so that we get 2. 2 for the price of 1. Looks good. Everything looks good. Okay. All right. I'm going to stick this to the side of my thing really quick. And we'll move this one up. Look at how cute that is. Oh my gosh, guys. These are going to be so popular. You've been painting your background on the mouse pad. Oh, how fun. Yeah, you can definitely do that. So are you painting the background with the ink or with paint? Oops. Ooh, Darlene. Are you using the ink to paint it or are you using paint to paint the background? That sounds really cute. I think that would be a lot of fun to paint it. Okay, I'm going to try to get my air bubbles out. Just going to kind of go up so that it adheres it. Yeah, that's a great idea, painting the background. Okay, let me just try to get all my air bubbles out before we start, before I add all of my ink to it. Yeah, I mean, you could have a whole table with just ink pads, guys. These have a good markup on them. So what I do, I just gave you the link. How much are they now? Let me go back and look. With ink, you're painting them with ink. That's smart. Okay, so there's 20 in there, and it's $15.79, and no shipping for me, so that's less than $1. Okay, so less than $1 for these, for the ink mat, for the mouse pad. Okay, so less than $1. So 20 of them for 15. So less than $1. So say, I didn't do the math, but say probably 80 cents, roughly. Somebody else can do the math for me because I'm busy. But yeah, so less than $1. If you add in your ink, the ink actually goes a long ways. You can buy the little ink packets or you can buy the jars. The jar goes a long ways. But Yeah, that's a great idea to paint the background. I just feel like these are good. You could have an entire table of just mouse pads. You really could. You really could. We have so many different designs. You honestly could do an entire table with just mouse pads. People love stuff like that. They love new things. Like, well, I had a mouse pad that had my dog's picture on it once upon a time. I don't know what happened to it. But once upon a time that was sublimated with the picture on it. So these are fun though. These are fun and they're easy. Okay, so as you can see, you just, if you can put butter on toast, you can do chalking like this. You can spread the ink. All you do is spread it and then you scrape off the excess. Put that back in your jar to use for the next project. When you're scraping it, that's pressing it down through the ink transfer onto your surface below. So that really is important to do the scraping. Okay, let's see. Let's peel off a little bit at a time. I missed the top of my, see, you can lay it back down gently, gently, gently. Go back over it. How fun are these? Okay, I'm trying to be really careful right there and not combine my colors. You love doing mouse pads. They weigh nothing. Yes, yes. Oh, you can do a new mouse pad with one of my dogs. Perfect. I'll have to find dog pictures. That would be fun. Yes. Yeah, okay. I'm missing part of it. So let me just go back over. I want to make sure his whole face is there. Slowly we peel. All right. I'm going slow in case I have to lay it back down. So cute, guys. I love it. All right, so I have to put it back on the right thing. So this is the size F. And 79 cents. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm just letting that go right there. Okay, so we have 2 done. Let's move this up here. Okay, next we're gonna do, I see I'm gonna have to be really careful because the word spooky, I want spooky to be in orange. So this might be a challenge. Hi, Deborah, how are you? Excuse me. You survived COVID again. I'm so sorry. Gosh, that's terrible that you had to go through that. Hi, Bridget, how are you? We're doing mouse pads. Let's do the orange first, okay? I do want the word spooky to be in orange. I don't know why. I just think it'll be super cute. But I have to get the area that is up by all the other part. I'm going to get that first. Okay, so I'm going to do right up here. It might get a little blended there. I hope not, but we're going to try. We're going to get this part with our multi-tool first. All right, so all the rest of it I can do with my regular squeegee. Okay. All right. So fun. Should I do all the words in orange? Maybe I should. Maybe I should do all the words in orange. Yeah. And then we'll just, the top part will just be in black. If you wanted to color these in, you can. I would just heat set them. Then I would go back and I would color them in with your ink. That's what I would do. And then heat set again. It's not going to hurt it. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be so cute, guys. So cute. All right. The only problem will be that little area where it joins together. I might have it, might be a little blended. That's okay. We're not going to sweat the small stuff, guys, because it is all small stuff. Okay, so I just like to show you different things to put these on. We could put these on towels. How cute will towels be? We haven't even done that yet. I do want to put the scarecrow on a shirt. I have a green shirt, and I think that will be perfect to put the scarecrow on a green shirt. What do you guys think? Hi, Maria. How are you? We're making mouse pads. So we're using ink. And you know what? I probably should get another detailed. I'll get a little detailed tool, and I'll do the same thing right here so that I'm just kind of join that together. So that area where I have to be really careful, I'll just use my little tools. So detail tool, multi-tool, whatever it takes to try to do that and not have it look messy. Okay. All right, because you know how I am. You guys know that I am probably the messiest crafter out there. Honestly, I am probably one of the messiest ones that you see on a daily basis. I'm sure there's more out there, but I'm at the top of that list. I say Messy Jessie, but my name isn't Jessie, but I'm messy. My middle name does start with an M. Okay, I'm going to go over it again, and then we'll peel, and then we'll do one more. So we're doing 2 of each because we can. They also, they heat set really quickly. You don't have to do them for the full minute, like 30 seconds twice. You really don't. Okay, I think we got everything. Let's go ahead and peel slowly. Slowly we peel. And there's distressing stuff out to the side. That's just the way it is. That is the way it looks good, guys. Looks good so far. Okay, our area where it joined together, I am just gonna go right there. Okay. Perfect. Looks good. We did get a little bit of black in our orange. It's okay. Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. Looking good. Look at that. Look how cute that is. That is so stinking cute. Okay. I'm going to move this up. And we're going to bring in another one. I'm going to do a second one of these. That's so cute. Oh my gosh, guys. These are going to be gone so quickly at the craft show. I'm probably going to have to go home and make more. Yeah, because the craft show I'm doing is, it's Blenda's. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. It's a busy one. It is a busy one. Okay, gonna put this down on here. Try to get it down without moving it. Try to get it centered. Sometimes it's hard to get it perfect. I think I need to move it. Just, there we go. That'll be good. I'm not going to start. Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. Okay, get the air bubbles out. I'm going from the center down, and then I'll go from the center up for the black. Get the air bubbles out first, okay? That way it adheres it to your surface, and you're not going to have bleeds in there. You don't want it to bleed. You don't have to hurry, so there's no rush with the ink. That's the great thing about the ink. People stress over ink, but guess what? You don't have to rush. Like with chalk paste, you have to chalk and peel, you know, you have to peel it before it dries on there. With the ink, you have a lot of time. Let me know if you have questions. And I am trying really hard to get to my 10,000 so that I can do my broadcast channel, which just helps me more, just gets my page out there more. It's always good to add more people because, you know, you want new people to see your product. So if you have not sprinkled, if you have not liked my page, please do so. I would love for you to be part of the page every day. Okay, I'm going to look at comments in a second. Okay, so orange, we're doing all orange for the words. I really like that. I think that's super cute. You could do all black for the whole thing. You don't have to do orange, but I just think it's fun to throw orange in there. You know, to have some Halloween-y colors in there. And do you love my t-shirt? My pumpkin? I feel like a pumpkin today. I feel like a pumpkin. This doesn't use that much ink. You could buy little packets to do these. If you don't want to buy a whole jar, you could buy packets. Like if you don't want a whole jar of orange, just buy a couple of packets and it'll do several of these. Yeah, so you spread it on, you scrape it off. The scraping process helps press it down through that silk screen. Okay. I will heat set them. Yep, I'll heat set them just with my heat press. Hubby wants to know, do they have black mouse pads? Oh, they probably do. They probably do, or you can paint them just like, let me go back. Lori said, I'm like, who was it? It was Lori. Lori said she paints hers. You could paint them black, but yeah, search for black mouse pads. This just said white. So look on Amazon. I haven't looked personally because I wanted white, because for me, the white was better. Hi, Judy. How are you? Happy Thursday. It should cut because it's a size B is what she is using. Oh, let's see. Oh, would the one with all of them playing football fit? It doesn't fit. But I have it right here and I'll try it for you. I looked at it and okay, so but I'll try it. Maybe I'll pull it off of the backer and we'll see how many of them will fit. Okay, so I have extra mouse pads, but yeah, I'll try it. Sorry, I missed that comment. I think that it was just a little bit too short. I think because the size B is 11 inches. This is not 11 inches. So size B is 8.5 by 11. I think it was just a little bit short, but hey, I'll try it for you. I'll show you. I put it up on top of it, you know, just to kind of check it out. And it looked like it's a little bit too short. They do have different size mouse pads. Okay, so they do have different size mouse pads that you can purchase. Okay, so this is my last scrape through everything. Make sure that it's on there really good and get all that extra off, because you can use all that extra ink for your next project. So why would you leave it on your silk screen transfer and then just wash it and have it go down the drain, right? So if you scrape all that off, you have that for another project. Plus, it also helps get that down through your transfer to your surface below. Okay. All right. Let's carefully make sure you're checking your fingers, because, guys, we get messy. We get messy. So make sure you're checking your fingers. There are distress marks here and there on this. So it's supposed to be like this. Okay. Okay. I want to go over where that joins. So right there. Okay. I feel like it just isn't quite. Okay, I think we're good. We have a little bit of black in there. We're okay. We're not sweating the small stuff, guys. Okay, I'm going to take my backer and I'm going to plop this on there, and I'm just going to set this to the side. I do wash these right away because it will. Oh, Jenny says Amazon does have black mouse pads. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so we do have to dry these before we heat set them. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to grab that other transfer that you're talking about. I have it right here. I have another mouse pad right here. I'm going to show you why it doesn't fit. Okay. I'll take it out of here so that you can actually see. We'll be doing this one another day, but it's a lot. It's a lot of painting, all those little guys. Okay. So if I was to lay my mouse pad on top of it, see how I'm not able to get everything. So you could pick and choose which ones you want to put on there. Like you could do, if you wanted to just do this bottom half here, you could totally do that. Bottom half would fit, but see how laying that on top of it, there's heads that peek out and there's feet that peek out. So it's your choice. If you wanted, I kind of like where they have the whole group of everybody. You could totally just do you want me to do that? Should we just do, here, let's do one. Let's do one like this. Well, and we'll do the bottom part. We won't do the top, so I can show you. Okay, I don't mind doing it. I don't mind. Okay, so we're going to kind of center that. And we'll just do all of them in black. Okay, so I'm not going to do any of the top ones. So this way you can kind of see what it's like. I don't mind punting. You know, I don't mind changing direction. Yeah, I already so black, I don't have a link. You would just search. Just go on there and search for black. I put the regular mouse pads up there already. So, oops, I just stuck my finger in this. So just search the same description as the white one. Go to the white one and then just search for the same description. Okay. I think this is going to be cute. I might end up making 2 of these. So I looked at it last night and I was like, which ones are going to work on there? So you could do, it's going to be cute with, no one's going to know that there are more characters that you couldn't fit on there. You are the only one that's going to know about that. No one's going to realize that, hey, she couldn't fit the whole transfer on there. The only people that would know is somebody that has that transfer, right? Okay, get all that extra off. Press really hard. Look at it. I got way too much on my squeegee. Okay, so squeegee that off. And I think this is going to be super duper cute. Maybe we need to do 2 of these. Okay, I have time. I have time. We may as well do 2, right? 2 of everything. Okay. All right, let's peel it and let's see what we got. I bet it's going to be adorable. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's so cute. Okay, yes, we need to do 2 more. Okay. Very cute, guys. You can do any color, like if you wanted to do your special color. Now I have to move some stuff. Okay, so now I'm going to have to move these guys out of the way. We're just going to heat set each thing separate by itself. Okay. Bring in another one. But see how easy it is to make money with these? Because, like I said, they're less than $1. They were calculated at, what was it, 79 cents. So, okay, just gently lay it down. You really can't move it around once you lay it down because there could be ink on the back. There probably is. Oh, actually, it's not bad. Okay, so, but I think I did good. Okay, get your air bubbles out. Let me get some of my ink off of there. You want to kind of scrape down to make it adhere to your surface. Okay, I can see there's an air bubble right in the center. So these are a fun project that you could do with kids. If you want to teach a class, you could do a class with stuff like this. You could do this. You could do a tea towel. Ink is a pretty easy class to do. You know, people just have to be careful because ink is not forgiving. If you make a mistake, then you've got to put something else in there. You've got to add a heart or, I mean, you really can't cover it up. If you have a mistake on ink, it's just there. Okay, let me get this covered one more time and then we'll scrape it. Let me just get everything covered. So we'll have 2 of each. So I have 6 mouse pads that I'll sell for $9.99 at my craft shows. And those 6 cost me 79 cents each, or 89, whatever it was. So let's just round up to $1 and a little bit of ink. I didn't use much. Okay, I'm scraping off now. Yeah, it takes off almost all that. It's like, it uses just like a fraction of the ink that you put on there. So basically $1 each. And we just made $60 worth of product, and it cost us $6 for the matte ink, the ink pads. So $54 profit right here. Okay. All right, you could sell them for more too. Some people might sell them for $14.99. Just for me, $9.99 is a good price. Gonna peel carefully. Okay, I didn't get the top of boot. Okay, so you can lay it back down if you missed part of it. This is so cute, guys. Super cute. How fun. Thanks for the idea. I'm glad I pulled this one out to use. Okay, so right here, sometimes you just have to go over it one more time. Can you imagine having a different mouse pad for every season? You honestly could do that. Okay, my backer sheet. Okay, there it is. It was underneath stuff. Okay. All right. Yeah, the football one looks really cool. Okay, guys. Well, I'm trying to set this over here. I have too many things. Okay. All right. Let's dry. And we're going to heat set. Okay, so we have to dry everything, and then we're going to heat set. You could just let it sit overnight. Yeah, you could just let this sit overnight rather than drying it with a heat gun. But we're going to dry with the heat gun. I'm going to turn my heat press back on. It's got to heat back up. It's almost there anyways. But we have to dry these. And then I got to grab my parchment paper. We're going to heat set every one of them. There's a hair. Of course there is. So let me just grab, let's just dry 2 at a time. You could use the top line to change it up to, yes, you could. You could definitely, yeah, you could change, yes, for things. Someone is calling my, okay. I don't know who that was, but it's probably, it is probably a scammer. I usually try to just send them to voicemail. I mean, I always worry that, hey, I'm not answering something and somebody has Chloe, you know? Okay, so those are probably dry. Okay, so let's switch these out. Let's switch this up. I'm just gonna slide this down. Put this one up here. When I heat set them, I want to heat set all of them at one time. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so dry. I know the drying process is not fun, but it actually probably dries pretty quickly. I'm not going to touch it to see because you know me. I'm going to move it up just a little bit so you can see the whole thing. When you heat set these, it does smell a little bit like the rubber. It just does. You know, I'm sure it's that way with when you sublimate them too. It's because you're heating that rubber up. But it heat sets really quickly. Where I worry about is where those letters are because it's pretty thick. So I'm just going to go over the words a couple extra times. The other part is pretty thin. Okay, we got 2 more to dry. So let me just swap things around. Wish I had a bigger table, but I don't. Okay, so I'm going to move the ones that I haven't done. I haven't done this one. I'm going to move this one up. Okay, I'm going to swap out the ones that I haven't dried yet. Okay, so yeah, sometimes I try to do too much. I could have just done 2. Two and done 1 of each, but you know what? I like to also make product. This is my time where everything that I make on here, I take to a craft show to sell. Oops, there is something on the end of that. Stinky but very quick. Yeah, exactly. I know. So I think the scarecrow one is a little bit too big. I'm gonna do that on a t-shirt. I'm going to do quite a few projects. The scarecrow one I'm going to do standing. It's going to look really cute. All right, guys, if you love this, see if you can find your pumpkin emoji. Give me some pumpkins. Or the football. Give me a football or pumpkins. I would love to do that, and I'll enter you into the drawing. We're going to do, and I do still need to do my drawing. I'm sorry, guys. I do have that ready, but not at the moment. It's in the other room. Oh, you're welcome, Cheryl. I know. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy it worked out. I'm like, how will that work out? Okay, it's dry enough to heat set. So I'm going to bring in my big mat. And we're going to heat set with the heat press. You can use the little travel iron. That's what I use. And when I heat set these in the back room, I use my travel iron. Okay, so let me bring in the mat. This is the mat that I use with my heat press. Okay, I'm gonna grab a piece of parchment paper. I have the big thing from Kirkland. So I'm just gonna get a piece. And then I'm going to also make sure when I do it that there isn't any on there. Okay, so when I put this on here and I heat set, I'm going to make sure none of the ink went onto this. So thank you guys. Need to buy some shirts to ink on. Yes, shirts are awesome. Okay, I think I want to turn these, and each, you know, as I heat set them, I'm going to put them to the side. Yeah, there was something that was on Charlie's face. I want to scooch it up so you can see better. Okay, I bring it in the heat press. I do have it set at 305. And I'm just going to do it for the 30 seconds. And then I'm going to test it. I think it's probably going to be done. I think 30 seconds is enough. It may even be done before that. I don't think it takes as long as what, you know, people think that it will. Thank you guys. Thanks for all the pumpkins and footballs. Okay, so this counts down. I don't have to count down for, you know, myself. But if you're using the iron, I just sit there and I iron it and then I check it. Okay, I'm going to check it after this. I think it's going to be done. I think it's going to go really quickly. Okay, yeah, it's done already. So one's done. I'm going to just set them to the side. Where am I going to set them, Darlene? I don't have enough places here. I'm going to stack them. Okay, let me bring in one of these from over here. It smells like rubber tires in here. And I don't have any ink on my sheet of paper. So we're just going to be heat setting all of them. While I'm doing that, I'm going to clean up my ink. So I usually will just press that button and then I'll start cleaning this up. I'm going to grab a paper towel to wrap up all my tools. So I'll just stick all my tools into a paper towel so I can carry that to my sink easily. And then I'll wipe off the rim of my jar before I put the lid on so that it's not so messy. And there we are. There's our one. Okay, so this one's probably done also. Okay, check your fingers. Make sure that you are checking your fingers, guys. Okay, now, this one I worried about because of that. It's done also. It's not sticky, so you don't want it to be sticky. I'm just going to keep stacking them. We're just going to keep doing all of them and cleaning up our mess. So, see how easy it is, guys? You can ink, and then you can heat set. So 30 seconds is all it takes. Okay, I'm going to put my lid on my jars of ink. I use very little. Very, very little, guys. Okay, they're going to go back to my drawer. So those will be cleaned up. I just have to take my transfers. I always wash them in the sink. That's easier for me. And I'll take my squeegees at the same time. Usually I'll wrap this better. All right, so let's keep checking it. Yeah, the link for the mouse pads. Yeah, I do. I'll give it to you again. I put it there. Yeah, let me get the next one started and I can find it during that 30 seconds. Okay, checking my paper. This is just that big roll from Costco, the parchment paper. Don't use wax paper. You don't want wax on it. Okay, let me find that. My orders. Let me go to mouse pad. So I did put it in earlier, but let me do it for you again. Okay, buy again. Oops. Oh, that. Okay, hang on. It might take me longer than. Okay, there it is. Okay. Okay, that one's done. Let me check it. Okay, I worry about that. We have 2 more to do. I'll get it before we're all done. It's okay. Yeah, I know you can't scroll back up. Yeah, no problem at all. I'm going to get it for you. Okay, so I'm going to drop it right in here so you can click on it now. It's counting down. Okay. Here's the mouse pads. There we go. Okay. We have one more. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. All right. Let me make sure. Okay. It's all done. So 30 seconds is all it takes for these. It's probably because the rubber helps heat it up. Is probably what it is. These are made for sublimating, but they work for the ink. So you definitely want to get the right kind. Okay. That's my last one. I'll bring in all of these. I'm going to grab a paper towel to wrap this better. All my ink. I do have a little bit of a mess right there, so I'm going to make sure that I get this all cleaned up. I have, I'm going to toss that right over onto my things. I'm going to grab a Clorox wipe because I have ink right here. Okay, that one's done. See how fast it is? So get all of your things inked, lay them in a row. If you need to do it in your kitchen and have your whole cabinet full of all these, that works too. Okay, check your fingers, Darlene. Okay, we're done. We are done. Okay, saving that. Gonna move this. Let me lay them all out so you can see how cute they all look. I'm gonna unplug my heat press. Okay, so we have 2 of each. So see how easy it was to make 60 bucks right there, guys. I feel like this is like one of the easiest things to do. Let's put this in the center. Yep. And then we're gonna go like, there we go. Look how cute. Oh my goodness, guys. They're so awesome. Okay, so that I just feel like this is, if you need to make some money and you need a project that doesn't cost you a lot to get started with, ink pads are great. Okay, so everybody needs an ink pad. I mean, not ink pad, mouse pad. Everybody needs a mouse pad, right? Everybody uses one with their computer pretty much. So, all right, guys, we're done. We're done. I am going to clean up my mess. I have to start my day soon. Let me put you up to myself and I'll turn all these guys around. They are so darn cute, guys. I love them. How fun. How fun was that? Okay. All right. So there you go. They're ready to go to my craft show. Here's the thing about these is that regular Scotch tape doesn't work on the back. I have to use like blue painter's tape to tape my price tags on, and I don't want to puncture a hole in it. So anyways, just to let you know that Scotch tape just peels right off that rubber for some reason. Okay, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I have a fun project tomorrow. We're going to stay on our Peanuts theme. We're going to work through all of these new transfers and get all of that stuff done. Yay! I'm so excited. I'm glad I was able to come on here with you guys. It was a little bit late. Hubby's going on his fishing trip. I pick him up Sunday morning. Hopefully he'll have a lot of fish. Another boat had just come in, and boy, oh boy, did they have huge fish. I mean, huge fish. I'm not lying. Like great big and big around. Just, yeah. So I think it's maybe yellowfin is probably what they're catching. All right. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Woohoo! All right. Love you guys.